I feel weird on this side of the screen too. It's like sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. I don't know.
Like we've got to like swap out of it or something. What's going on,
man.
buddy?
Man, here we are, another Wednesday evening. Weather is ass here right now. You are happy to not be here right now, I'll tell you that much.
You know what's weird is it was gross here today. Now, we didn't have, blowing snow or, freezing rain. It was just rainy and like dark.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, it's not even that it's really that bad here today. It's just it was like 55 all weekend. It's like that fool spring where you're like, oh man, here we go. I was like looking at the boat, like, oh man, maybe I should start putting some more speakers in the boat.
Popping some more LEDs.
Yeah, like I didn't grow up in Minnesota and I didn't know that the weather was going to turn once again. But whatever. I'll tell you, man. I this year I'm not complaining. I don't have it in me anymore to just constantly. What's the use? You know what I mean?
It does. Yeah, but it does feel good sometimes just to complain, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially for a guy like me who's made a lifestyle out of it. But
yeah,
But I got to tell you, one of the reasons why I did not want the nasty weather to come back. Let me show you something.
Oh Lord!
I got.
Does that mean Press is behind the wheel?
She is behind the wheel. I got the official magnet for the car. I got 3 of these actually.
Wow.
Just praying that people will give us some grace on the road, which they have not yet.
No.
I feel like people see this and they're like, F that, dude. Let's put them through the paces.
That's me. I'm going to give you some real life bullets flying when I know there's like another responsible adult in the car. So as soon as that light turns green, bang, I'm giving you the horn, baby.
Well, the problem is too, is that the car that she's learning in. So I bought the Tiguan. Rest in peace. The Tiguan died after you left, Wood.
Oh man, what a ride you got out of it!
Dude, out of a $5,000 car, I put like 100,000 miles on that thing. So now I have a 2011 Ford Fiesta hatchback, and it is the smallest car you've ever seen in your life. I love it because it gets like 35 miles to the gallon. So it like saves me a ton of money driving back and forth to work. But anyway, that's what my daughter wants to drive now because it's just easier for her learning, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, we're essentially in a death trap because it's like the back of the car is maybe only 5 feet from the front seat. Like the thing is just dangerous as hell. Now, when it's just me in there, I don't care. Like that's fine. My life can be taken. That's fine.
But when you left a healthy ransom behind.
Yes, but with the 2 of us in there, so like this weekend, she has to get 25 hours of like behind. And here's the other thing: I'm like, I put her with a professional first, and then have me take her out. Like, because dude, you don't realize all the things you have forgotten about driving.
Hey, whoa. Watch who you're talking to, baby.
Hey. I'm talking about I'm not. Wood, you're the best driver of all time. Of course you are. Everything you touch turns to gold. Every skill you undertake, you are the best at it.
Hear that, Andrea?
But you don't realize all the things that you have forgot about the official rules. Because like we'll pull up to a stop sign, right? And she's like, "How far do I go?" I'm like, "I'm not 100% sure." I'm like, "Maybe like." Line up the front of the car with the pole on the stop sign. I'm like, I'm like, Presley, I'm probably telling you the wrong thing here. But we made a huge step the other day. We went out onto a county road where the speed limit was 55. And dude, I was just horrified. It's not even that she's a bad driver. It's just you're in a missile with someone who is barely ever been and then you're in a tiny little car that if you get hit, it's curtains.
Yeah, that's adding a little extra onto it. The just the pure danger of riding in that. Now, is your wife helping at all?
No.
Wow.
This is dad's undertaking.
I couldn't do it. I cannot even ride in the car with my wife, let alone teach another human being. I'm a huge foot brake guy.
Yeah.
Do you do it? Do you get the whole foot brake going?
Yes, because I'm terrified, dude. I'm absolutely horrible. I thought about just putting a fake one in there just so like I could stomp on something to give me some semblance of control.
Just be like Fred Flintstone, pop the door open and just start dragging your foot on the ground. Now, has she done well with it?
She actually is doing very well. Like, it was weird because when she first started, I was like, oh, Lord, this is going to be bad. And so we would just like drive around the neighborhood, right? Just so she could like get used to coming to a stop and what happens if a car's coming at you, and
Yeah.
and she would be going like 12 miles an hour, and I was like, Presley, you gotta step on the gas just a little. Like,
Don't worry, they see the sticker. They see the sticker.
Yeah.
We're fine.
but so then we graduated. I'm sorry, this is a really long story, but then we graduated. We graduated to the county roads the other day, and she got honked at. it like hurt her feelings. She was like, "Are they honking at me?" I was like, "Well, Presley, you're supposed to slow down in the turning lane, not in like slowing everybody down before you get." I was like, "But you're learning. This is all learning." So.
Well, isn't that better than the opposite of her going up there and taking that turn at 88 miles an hour like Dale Gordon or Jeff Gordon?
That's what I told her. I was like, better to be cautious, better to go slower. Just work on these things. And people just don't respect the sticker at all. They just don't respect this at all.
I'm not going to lie to you. You know what that is right there, my friend? That is a target. Exactly. That is exactly what that is. I remember my mom made me sign up to take like a driving class because it lowered our insurance or something like that. Right?
Okay. That makes sense.
Well, yeah, but then they're like, oh, but we'll just pick him up at school. And I'm like, no. I was like, I'll walk like 5 miles and meet you somewhere.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy pulls up. You want to hold that sticker up? His entire car was painted like that. And it's coming through. Like, there's all these kids outside, and everyone's just like, who's in that? And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, don't be mean. He just rolls down the window because he doesn't know who I am. And he's just like, is there a Matt Wood out here? And I'm like, oh, I knew right then and there I was going to be in a fist fight every day that week.
Well, the thing is, like, when I was in driver's ed, it wasn't like, and it was funny. It was every single person who lived in Minneapolis went to North Star Driving School, and they had a fleet of Dodge Omnis. Like, you probably don't even know what car that is. It was like this hatchback. Familiar. It was like a triangular shaped hatchback, and that's what everybody drove around in. So you just like saw your classmates driving around. But I liked it because I drove with a professional before I ever got behind the wheel with my mom. So I had a little bit of that. That's what I don't like the way they changed this up. But we're doing it.
What is your daughter going to take her driver's test in?
She wants to do it in the Ford Fiesta because it's so tiny, so she can parallel park it.
Yeah, parallel park and the little slalom course they make you swerve through. They're like shoot a kid out in front of you.
That thing's gonna get up on 2 wheels, depending on how heavy the instructor is. That's on the other side.
Like a little Cessna, you have to like stage things out seating wise.
Now, Wood, I know you have lost tons of weight, right? But you would not fit in this Ford Fiesta. I have kind of a friend who's a big gentleman, right? Like and he tried to sit in there. And he was like, absolutely not. He was like, we cannot. What's that?
It wasn't working.
No, he was like, his legs were all bent to the side and everything else. If you're over 6 feet, there's no way you're riding in this thing.
Now, is he? Well, let's be honest. Let's just call it what it is. Is he newly fat, or has he been fat for a long time?
I don't want to say, dude. He's a very nice guy, and I wouldn't
so he's
consider
newly
him
fat.
I wouldn't consider him fat. I would just say he's a large. He's like probably 6'4" and just big. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, man.
He's a sweetheart. He's a big teddy bear.
As a former fat person, and some would still say still fat, as Kelly Jordan likes to remind me on a pretty routine basis. Dude, you can fit into you get to such a size, you're like an octopus. You can fit into everything. It's just you gotta like pull stuff in. Honest to God, I used to have to ride in. I don't think I'm allowed to say this word on YouTube and stuff, but the B spot of the extended cab S10.
Oh yeah.
Remember that seat? Like, if you're a kid right now watching, first of all, your parents should make better decisions. Second of all, I'm not playing. The seat was that big. That was the seats.
There wasn't a whole lot of room for your fanny on that thing.
No, and by the way, whoever welded that thing together in that, factory line, take a bow, brother, because that thing was screaming. But man, but it's smart that she's going to use a small car because I was going to take my driver's test in my mom's Miata.
Oh, that's a tiny car.
Yeah, you want to talk about
That's a two-seater. That's a two-seater, isn't it?
Yep, and I practiced in the Miata and everything, and then my dad was like, well, I'll take you to get your driver's test. So I was like, cool, let's ride. Grab the keys, old man. He's like, no, we're going to take my car. Dude, he drove like an Oldsmobile boat. Oh,
Delta 88.
yeah, I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, no, that's a real car. I'm like, yeah, but like, I got to park it. Still passed, but man,
Right.
you want to talk about adding some undue pressure.
I took mine in I believe it was a 1982 Caprice Classic 4-door. That was a boat, man. That thing is probably bigger than your pickup truck if you still have your Raptor. I bet that thing was longer than your pickup truck. It
Probably.
was I mean, the trunk was huge.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to parallel park this thing. And I did. I mean, I got it, but still, that car was gigantic.
My buddy had a Crown Vic. It
Oh,
was like a
yes.
1977 Crown Vic. And so he would tie a few on, right? Okay, that's fine. Big fella will be your DD here.
Yeah.
When you pull out into the intersection, like you have to get out into the intersection and then start to like turn it.
Yeah.
It's like turning a boat. Like it's literally like a land yacht of these things. So like,
And you
get
have to
them
lean
maneuvered.
too. You gotta lean.
But I tell you what, good luck finding a smoother ride, man. You could probably hit that little Fiat you're riding around in, and
Yeah.
it just be like, boom, boom. No biggie, man. Just ride.
My mom, I think she had an 85 Caprice. My dad loved Caprice Classics because he could like crawl in the hood and get to work on the motor. There was so much room in there. My mom had a head-on collision in her Caprice Classic going over a bridge in icy weather. Went into oncoming traffic, wham, head-on collision. Car, I mean, it was totaled, but I mean, it was still about 4 feet before the like wreck even got to where my mom was sitting. And the car was probably totaled because it's probably worth $2,000, you know, like, so it didn't take much. But man, those cars, like, you could just get in an accident and just keep going.
Yeah, like you want to talk about a crumple zone? You had like a crumple zip code before it even like got remotely close to you.
Oh man.
So,
Yeah.
have you been watching the Olympics?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Now, I want to bring something up to you because this is how the mind of me works here, okay? Sitting there watching it last night with my wife. And we're watching like skiing or something.
Okay.
And my wife turns, she goes, Are these the men or the women? And I told her, I said, I can't tell. And you know what? What is messed up? Even like, and I'm not talking like the snowboarders and everything where they're wearing, you know, parkas and stuff.
Yeah.
Like where the skiing where, you know, the gold medals separated from ninth place by like 100th of a second.
Right.
Nobody has boobs.
You know, I've thought that. And then you'll see like what's her name? Nancy Vaughn. Well, not Nancy Vaughn. That's
Is that your neighbor?
No, who's
man,
that?
oh man.
who's I just got on a government watch list.
Yeah, you did. Are you
Why would
talking
that
about
name why would that name come up?
Lindsey Vaughn?
Lindsey Vaughn. There we go. Ooh, is she connected? But then when you see her outside of the Olympics, she's
Right.
got a normal build, but I mean that thing must just, and that's gotta hurt, right? Like that's gotta hurt a woman's chestal.
So this came up with my wife, and I told my wife, I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, how is this possible? She treated me like I was the dumbest person alive. She goes, it's a minimizer bra. And apparently, it's like something that, like, literally, like you just suggested, just like smashes everything in.
Ooh, that's gotta be
Which-
tough.
Well, like would suck to begin with, right?
Right.
But then when you're doing like an athletic competition, I got to be honest with you. I'm amazed at the lengths women go through. Because to me, I'm like, look, I'll eat the half a second. Let's ride.
If I may offer up a different perspective,
Please,
on this,
sir.
maybe if you're a woman in a sport like that,
Mm-hmm.
it feels better than them flopping all over the place, that they're nice and secure. Right.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like I bet you
Fair point.
when either Lindsey Vaughn or Nancy Vaughn, whoever's going down that hill at top speed,
Samantha Guthrie, yeah.
I bet you it feels good to just have everything nice and tight, you know, especially if you wipe out, dude.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess it's
I've
just,
never heard of a minimizer before. I've heard of a water bra before, but never a minimizer.
what's this witchcraft?
Allow me to explain. And I learned this one the hard way. I gotta watch what I say. My wife is upstairs listening. But one time a bra hit the wall, and you know, in the throes of passion,
Good
As
Lord,
they
my
will-
friend.
as they will tend to do.
Yes.
And it was like thump, and it was just super loud. And I was like, God dang!
Did it
And
like stick to the wall like one of those kids' toys?
No, but it was just super heavy, and I was like, "Holy cow!" I was like, "Man, it must be a lot of padding." And she was like, "No, that's a water bra. It's meant to make them feel real,
Yeah.
but to give them a little extra, like the good news."
I'm telling you, if you're a woman
There's
right
a
now and
lot.
you're watching, congratulations. I have no idea how women put up with all of this stuff.
Well, and why don't we have options? Why don't we get a few options on our underwear?
Talking like a
I'd
water,
like a pair of waterfront underwear.
a water sock maybe down there.
There's a big water balloon hanging off the end of it.
Kelly comes walking by like, did you hear a whooshing noise? Yeah, you did, baby.
I mean, I'm married, so no one else is gonna find out the truth. Only my wife is gonna know the actual truth.
And let's be honest, word of mouth never hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? Couple rumors here and there. My God. Here comes Kelly Jordan, the weapon.
Yeah. I'd be wearing tight jeans all the time. Like,
Well, another thing I got to bring up, if you're friends with me on Facebook, by the way, I have no idea what the hell's going on with Facebook. There is nothing more infuriating than dealing with social media stuff that tells you, you got to jump through this, you got to do this, you got to do this, and then it never works. Like it's, you got to download the Authenticator app. Doesn't work. Whatever.
Oh, I hate that Authenticator app with the red hot passion of 1,000 suns.
Like,
I don't even know if I'm using. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Like, what am I? It's like when I had to change my password like every 2 weeks at work.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know.
What state secret am I sitting on here that I am obviously oblivious to that I must keep so tired?
Just let them have it. What is, before you tell me your story about what you're about to do, what is the dumbest thing you've ever had to set up a password for? Like, I've heard of people with coffee makers now who got to set up like an account and a password just so that they can use their app to make coffee in the morning.
Oh,
That's the stupidest thing. Instead of just pouring some water into a little thing and, percolating.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm
trying to think. I have a friend of mine who has a refrigerator with the giant like television on it for some reason.
That's cool. Well, because you can like see inside the refrigerator without opening it up.
Not on this one, but I know which one you're talking about. Oh yeah, save that. Freon or something. Thanks.
Save 10 cents a year on that.
But the thing is like it shut down, so the ice maker wouldn't work.
And then he needed some sort of app, I'm guessing, to get it going again.
Because like the screen wouldn't work, so then the ice maker wouldn't work. I mean, what do you need a screen on your refrigerator for? Like some of this stuff. Honestly, if I may have the floor for a second, we have reached a point, and honestly, I think we see this most in cars. There's nothing left,
right?
To improve. You know what I mean?
You're right.
At some point in time, we have reached the pinnacle, like the pencil. No one's inventing a new pencil.
You're right.
And you put all these little doohickeys in cars, and those are what breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like, has anyone ever had an engine fall out of the bottom of their car anymore? No, that doesn't work. But your third row seat heat sets on fire, and your kid gets third-degree burns. You know what I'm saying? Like, great.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is old man get off my lawn, but it's why I hate driving my wife's car. I'm like, all right, I just want to connect my phone to her Bluetooth. It's like, oh, now there's a password. Then I need a password for that. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'll just listen to the radio. I'll listen to,
I'll listen to the silence of my thoughts.
Yeah. But then sometimes I can't even figure out how to turn on the radio. I'm like, I'm a fairly technologically savvy guy. I'm like, how do I turn on the radio? I just wanted the radio.
There's so many things that are just overcomplicated in today's day and age. And like, I have like a vacuum hose that's not working on my truck. And it's
dang.
And it keeps making like this noise. And so I took it in and I walk in. I'm like, what is this? And he's like, well, it's like a $2,000 fix. I'm like,
God,
awesome. What happens
it?
if I don't get it fixed? He's like, well, you just got that noise. Cool.
I can live with
it is.
Turn the radio up.
It's wild to me how some of this stuff is just wildly just overdone.
But before I interrupted you, you were going somewhere with your story. I apologize.
Well, I put up a little video on my Facebook. We went out for my wife and my daughter. We had a little celebration. My daughter is awesome. She got her art into a museum, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So went down to Nashville, went out and I saw like one of those stanchions, those poles in parking lots so people don't go blasting into elevators and stuff.
I never heard them called a stanchion before, but
I'm probably using that word wrong, but let's just move along. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to blast off and clear this thing. And my wife's like, can we not? can we not? You're going to get yourself hurt and we're going into dinner. I said, fine. But when we're leaving, I'm blasting off, right? So, we're there. I got my, my nieces and nephews. We're all talking. And I'm like, dude, I can't wait to just take off. Well, we went to Fogo de Chao.
Oh,
and if you don't know, that's like an all-you-can-eat steakhouse. Brother, I put it down. I tapped back into my fat days, man.
I was about to say, did the night end with you asking your wife to rub your stomach?
I asked my niece, and she said that's disgusting. And
that is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. I was just thinking about you at Wisconsin Dells the other day when we went to Wisconsin Dells, and you put a hurting on that pulled pork.
Oh yeah, that put me down.
And then you went to order a pizza. You're like, oh man, I could. Maybe
that was later on. That was later on. And I'm telling you, I don't know if this is scientific fact, but if you have a stomach ache and you can't do it yourself, someone else has to rub your stomach, it makes it feel better. So there I was, choking down the meat sweats. I got like filet mignon back up here. I'm just like, my sweetheart of a niece, she's like 16 years old. She's doing the driving thing too. And I was like, hey, I'm kind of like, we're just trying to get a little burp to like just give you some air. You're just like, hey, I'm like, hey, rub my stomach. She was like, ew, you are so gross. And I'm like, oh. Anyways, so we leave, right? And I kind of thought to myself, man, I hope to God no one remembers that I'll shoot my mouth off about climbing this thing. And sure enough, there's my little nephew. He's like, aren't you going to do it, Uncle Matt? And I'm like, oh, I couldn't do it. I goosed myself so hard it like hurt my hip, man. I came down right on it. And I could have cleared it if I hadn't eaten, a small cow 15 minutes beforehand. At least I think I could have, but I always think I can.
Yeah. So. Well, to go back there and take the family back there and see what you can do.
But that's the thing, dude. Like your athleticism as a grown-up erodes over time.
Oh, man.
You don't notice it until it's like violent. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if I may, I've known you for going on 10 years now. And
yes.
So your whole athleticism thing must have been before I met you.
Watch yourself now, all right? I was a big boy.
I'm not even talking about that. Don't make me bring up the running race.
I don't remember that race, and I would prefer if we didn't even talk about it.
If I scroll back far enough on social media, I can find it.
Oh, I think I scrubbed it from everything. No, honestly, I'm very good in short distances. Bang, bang.
Not that day. You must have not had it in you that day.
I didn't. Maybe I had some steak earlier that morning or something like that. I forget what it is, but it was something. But we got a comment here from Michael who checked in. He was like, we've come to the ultimate laziness in society with all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
That's what makes things young. And that's the thing, man. When all those little things bust and break, dude, like that's what's killing you on some of these repairs.
Oh, it's the worst.
And good luck getting a car that does nothing but just run.
Dude, I had to replace a headlamp even just on my Tiguan. It was $125 for a headlight.
That's not bad, actually. That's
really
which is sad. Yeah. Dude,
Damn,
remember that morning? Remember that morning I came in and I had that owl?
Oh, you hit an owl, or the owl hit you.
Yes, it dive bombed me in an act of vengeance against birds.
Yeah.
And then I looked up headlamp. This is for a Dodge Ram. It was like a 2015 Dodge Ram. And I'm not playing the headlight. Because I had to get like the whole assembly. This damn bird went all the way through it.
Yeah.
And it was like $900 for one.
I'm talking, this was just the lamp itself. Like this, it was $125 for just the lamp.
Well,
on a 2011 Tiguan.
I ordered mine from China.
Hey.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, that thing was duller than a candle going down the road. I couldn't see a damn thing. But it was, that's why I kept turning to Andrea. It's like, we're going down the road. She's like, I can't see it. I was like, but it was a deal, babe. All right.
Yeah.
I was like,
and we're legal. We're legal.
I was like, I got a good deal. Hold your phone up. All right. Give me that flashlight on your phone. Give me something. But
it's funny you bring up athleticism. So I've been trying to walk pretty substantially lately.
Congrats.
And what's that?
Congrats.
Thanks on my walking. It's so funny. Like the first day I did it, I had 1.5 miles. I was like, oh man, my hip, like, oh, my knee is just killing me. I'm like, God dang. I've gotten up now to where I'm doing like almost 7 to 8. Like,
dang.
Dude, I can't let the old man in, dude. I can't let the old man in. You understand what I'm telling you here?
It's a good thing, man. Like even if it's just a little bit a day, it is one of those things that if you just ignore it, man, it catches up with you fast. And all of a
That's
sudden
what I'm
then you're
so
getting dunked on.
look. My age has never bothered me, but turning 50 did something to me where I was like, I just can't be that old guy, because there's so many old dudes I know who the second they turn 50, it's giant gut. They don't like any current music anymore. It's just like, why do you do that? Like, stay young, stay hip, man.
Nah,
For your kids.
I'm with them on the music stuff. I'm like, yeah, all right, but but it's good that you're staying physically active, man. Like seriously,
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
At my advanced years,
at this age of yours.
Yeah.
Now, Kelly Jordan, can I ask you another thing? This will be the last thing before we get out of here today.
Okay, good. I gotta eat dinner.
I am changing doctors for one very reason, and my wife thinks it's the dumbest thing possible. All right.
Let's hear it. I'm sure she's right.
So I'm going in, I got that, I banged on my rear end and everything. So I went in, met this doctor for the first time. And I'm like, hey, doc, how's it going? And he turns to me, he goes, oh, you don't have to call me doctor. Just call me Bruce. And I was like, okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
Was he young and swinging? Was he kind of,
No, I mean, he was kind of like my age too.
Was he wearing shades when he came out?
I'm Dr. Bruce. But I was just like, I can't. And so, like we're doing things and we're like checking. And then I couldn't get it out of my head that this dude wants me to call him Bruce. Like, you're a doctor. Like, This is a doctor patient. Like, I need that hierarchy. Otherwise, I'm just going to my neighbor's house.
It's like a teacher.
Ooh, teacher's a good one.
Because you don't want to, like, calling. It's funny. My kids have a teacher who I really liked, and I hadn't seen him in years, and we were at a bar, and he was there. And I'm not going to say his name or whatever, but he told me to call him by his first name. I was like, I don't know if I can do that.
Right.
Because you're up here as far as I'm concerned, and you're still that teacher. So I kept calling him by his last name, and he was like, this is weird to be called this out in a bar. But I was like, I have to. Same with the doctor.
Because I told my wife, I was like, I'm not going back to that guy. I was like, it's too weird that there I am with my pants around my ankles, and he's like, hey, just call me Bruce. Like, no.
Call me Bruce.
He's like down there.
Look at me and call me Bruce.
Does this itch? Like, no, like that's pretty normal. But I thought like a priest, like if you went in and were talking to a priest and he's like, yeah, just call me Jason. No, father. Yeah. I refuse. Yeah. But teacher's a good one too.
But yeah, because I'm Lutheran, so ours was always like Pastor Quant or Pastor Bartels or whatever. Like it was always never first name.
No.
That's a weird thing they do in the South. When we lived in Texas, is like it was always like Mrs. Rachel or Mrs. Tara. It was like Mrs., but then the first name, and then up here it's like Mr., Mrs., then the last name. And so I always told my kids, like, it feels weird up here to be calling people by their first name. I don't know, it felt weird to me.
And did you ever have any parents when you were a little kid that gave you like the hall pass to call them by their first name?
I couldn't do it.
See, like we had a family down the street, and like when we're playing with their kids, and I'm like, hey, Mrs. I forget what their last name was, like Rose or something. Yeah. And she's like, no, you can just call me Rebecca. And I was like, but you're a mom, I'm not allowed to do that. Because if I would have walked into my house, I'd be like, Kevin, what's up, big fella?
My son has a friend who comes over who calls me Kelly, and it bugs me every single time. But I'm not gonna be like Mr. Jordan, It's like that just makes me feel like an a-hole for absolutely no reason. Because he's not being disrespectful, but he's like, hey Kelly, are we ordering pizza tonight? I'm getting a little friendly there, aren't you?
I like the Mr. or Mrs. and then the first name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're cool with it, Mrs. Kelly or Mrs. Stacy.
Mrs. Kelly.
Mrs. Kelly. Oh no. All right, and I'm getting some backup from James Pace. Says, I've been cracking up if I had to call my Dr. Bruce. I have an appointment in the morning, and now I'm going to be thinking about this very thing. It throws you up, because like I was going in there, I had like my stuff ready to go. Like, I'm going to ask him about this and that. And he's like, just call me Bruce. I'm like,
yeah,
we're done. And
gather up your clothes.
Just like picking my pants up around my ankles. Like, thanks, Bruce, but I'm going to pass. One time, I did see my doctor in the wild. And it messed me up. Great guy. It wasn't Bruce. This was an actual like doctor who I got to call doctor and everything.
Poor Bruce.
That guy spent 12 years.
That guy spent 12 years in medical school to be insulted by an out of work radio DJ. I mean, I don't know, man.
No, you spent 12 years in school to be called doctor, not Bruce. I mean, it's like that's just I don't know, man. Like if I ever did like the work to become a doctor, I'm being called doctor everywhere I go. Now,
Hell yeah. Like Dr. Huxtable. I've been watching a lot of the Cosby Show lately. Don't hate me for it, but that was just a dang good show. I like you can separate the art from the artist.
Dear FBI, we got him.
After the Samantha Guthrie thing I said, I don't remember the hell I said earlier. Anyway, no, I love how all the kids called him Dr. Huxtable. Like all the new kids that would be introduced into the family, they called him doctor. I'm like, hell, he deserves it, man. They deserve it.
And you know what? And by the way, it's like a serious like thing, right? And the only reason I know this is because my buddy was going to come visit me. This was years ago. Called me up and he's like, dude, I got to book my tickets. And I knew he was hammered, right? I was like, all right, dude, like, here's the dates. I give him all the dates and everything. And he's laughing, right? As he's like filling this out. He's like, guess what? I put myself in as Dr. Janflo. They're going to bump me up to first class. I'm like, whatever floats your boat, buddy. And he went in to check in for his flight. And they're like, you're not a doc. They made him cancel his ticket.
What?
Rebook it. Yeah, because it wasn't what was like matched his identification. Now, mind you, he was, not hammered, not nearly as funny to him at the moment.
Yeah.
And very funny to me. But until that moment, I didn't even know it said like doctor on like a license or anything.
Oh, yeah, I guess it makes sense. I guess it would make sense.
Or
that way, if they're ever like, if there's a doctor in the house, you can be like, yes.
It would have been so funny if like somebody like got sick on the plane. Like, there is a doctor, and he's just like, oh, you don't say, sir.
Pretending to be a
Bruce, wake up, Dr. Bruce. No, I'm just Bruce. But that's pretty much what's been going on in my life, man. I got shamed by my nieces and nephews for my jumping skills, which were pathetic.
Yeah, I believe it.
Met my
show them the racing video. They'll know it's been going on for years.
If somebody found that racing that video, I'm gonna have to scrub it from the internet. Max says my doctor goes to my church.
That'd be weird.
Really? I'd be okay with that.
It's like, well, I'd be happy that he had some Jesus. I'd be like, okay, cool. Like he's got the good Lord. The good Lord's got his back. But it's like seeing a pastor or a teacher or anybody out in the wild. It's always just so remember when your teacher would show up to school in sneakers for like field trip day?
Yeah.
It wasn't a sensible dress shoe. You're always like, that's weird. Or they'd have jeans on instead of slacks, a pantsuit or whatever.
Got the little suntan. Remember that time? Now this is a deep cut right here. Kelly and you and I were hanging out and we're at the Sandbar up there by my parents' house.
Oh yeah. Man, I wanted to go back there so bad.
And all of a sudden, this chick comes up hammered. And she's like, I'm your daughter's teacher. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, I do remember that.
And I was just like, cool, dude. Like, we're just all having a good time.
Yeah. You're like, put some clothes on.
Yeah, she was in a bikini and she just like ran off and she's like, I love your daughter. Jumped on a jet ski and blasted off. Then again, if I had to deal with everyone else's kids all the time, dude, I'd be loaded all the time too.
All the teachers, well, a lot of the teachers I used to know, man, they all drank on the weekends. And I don't blame them one single bit, man. Especially these days. Hell no.
I had one teacher that I'm 95% sure was loaded like twice a week. It was a gym
we
teacher
all had that
too.
Teacher. Oh, man.
Yeah, he'd just come stumbling in. He'd be like, hey, guys, we're going to do the big parachute thing. And I was like, whoa, coach is on one today.
I think our English teacher used to pour a little something in his coffee because there would be times where he'd be dozing off at his desk and stuff. Now, either that or he tied one on the night before. And again, hey, it's to each their own.
Cast the first stone. Am I wrong?
That's right.
Michael says, Wood, have you picked a favorite kid yet? Or are you still Googling what everything mean that your kids have to say? If you don't know what he's talking about on Facebook, I've been doing a thing where I pick my favorite kid every week. And I'm 100% honest about it. I love both of my children very much. Kelly, you have two kids. Sometimes.
My kids would be so hurt by something like that. There's no way in hell I could ever do something like that.
Oh, mine's a running tally. Equally. Yeah, mine is like literally. I'm like, hey, go get dad a drink, and they'll start sassing off. He'd be like, just cost yourself some points.
Yeah. I'm already sad that I don't have a daddy's girl for a daughter. She's totally loves her mom way more than me. So I'm not doing anything to. Who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't blame her,
Well,
but I'm not doing anything to lose any of my status.
well, these are the problems we face now, Kelly Jordan.
Yeah.
But hey, well, what do you got going on the show tomorrow?
That's a good question. I don't remember, to be 100% honest with you. I'd have to see the
that's all right.
whiteboard.
Well, hey, thank you for joining me. We're going to do this every Wednesday night as long as I can keep the lights on. All right.
All right.
Kelly, we'll do it again. Sound like a plan, buddy?
That sounds like a plan to me, brother.
Love you, buddy.
See ya.
Oh, my God. I can't turn this.